Hi again, David Lowe here on the CalCPA YouTube channel. Joining us again also is Eric Knott, not only a member of the Society for Human Resource Management, but also a professor at Arizona State University.
Yeah, so I'm a professor of business over at ASU at Arizona State University at WP Carey. And then I own a consulting firm, an HR consulting firm based here in Arizona with clients all over the world.
Well, we appreciate you joining us today, Eric. And so the topic of this video is 3 resume tips to get you noticed. And in a digital world, people think all they need is a LinkedIn profile, and that's all I need to get hired. I don't need a resume, or I can just slap something really fast on a Word doc with a generic template, and I'm good to go. Obviously, you disagree with that. Any resume tips?
David, like another chunk of my hair fell out as you were talking about that. Don't do that. So if the tips that I would have for you are a little bit of like resume writing 201. So if you're doing, David, if folks are doing what you're talking about, go find like resume writing basics somewhere, because that's not the nature of the suggestions that I'm going to give. But it is important to do the disciplines, to have a reasonably good template. And why templates matter, and not a 201 tip here, but why templates matter is very often we scan them. So on the HR side, the software that uploads, that accepts a Word document upload or a PDF upload actually scans the document, so it's searchable. If you've got a bunch of like graphics, or if you did something funky where you actually took a picture of like a screenshot of various aspects of your resume to piece it together, well, none of that scans. But a few gosh, throwing something together on Word, don't do that. But my couple cents on resume writing 201. First off, some of this may be predictable. I'm going to start off with one that isn't, though, and that is you've got to have a summary section. Those of you who have some accomplishments under your belt, and that includes students just getting ready to graduate. Employers love students who are active on campus, or who have employment experience outside of kind of just being a student and student related like projects and kind of non-compensated roles. But you need to have a summary section at the top of your resume that is just maybe 2 or 3, but 2 is fine, bullets that take key accomplishments, key credentials that you have that make you the best candidate for the job, and it summarizes those credentials in those top 2 or 3 bullets. So it may take pieces from different experiences you've had and put them into one specific bullet. Led teams of up to 10 people and have been responsible for budgets up to $50,000. Well, that might be 2 separate organizations that student was a part of, but they're splicing things together to make that summary section. So give some thought, and it'll be the last section you write in your resume. Don't make that the first section. Have it be the last section, because you're going to look at your bullets and just splice some pieces together to make that summary section. But give some thought to what might be there. So certainly your degree is going to be there, as well as any academic awards that you received. But employers want to see that you are ready to make that bridge to employment life, to corporate life. So while a 4.0 is awesome, and in the CPA world and the accounting world, GPA matters, they're also going to want to see what else have you been doing outside of just going to school. Highlight those things. So the first tip, have that summary section. The second would be make sure that those bullets are not job descriptions. Don't tell me the basics of your job. So this might be a predictable piece of feedback, but it's something that so many students struggle with. Writing a resume is often just a painful, hideous experience. It is what it is. There's no, get some chocolate, and for me, Coke Zero, and just hunker down and just write that right. Just plow through it. It'll be all right. But the actual resume writing's not necessarily painful. It's the bullets. The bullets drive us up a wall, because it's like, I don't know what I accomplished in this role. You know what? I was a host at Longhorn Steakhouse. Leave me alone with accomplishments. I don't know what get with friends or family or faculty and have them, kind of talk you through some of the things that made you excellent at your role at Longhorn Steakhouse as a host. Because I bet there are things that you can list there as bullets other than greeted customers, seated patrons. Stop it. We know what a host does. Tell me what made you fantastic at that role. What you did that I can look at that and say, wow, you know what? Okay, they went above and beyond. They were a valued member of that restaurant's team. So, and the last one that I would, kind of last 2 cents that I would have is just be involved in your community. And I hinted at that already, but specifically the professional community. You are fortunate in that you've joined a profession, and that profession is kind of like a family. And so they do tend to take care of each other and mentor each other, and they hire each other. And so get involved with that profession. On the student side, everybody loves students. So from a CPA environment, from the HR Association, we all love it when the students come out, the college students come out to events and say, oh, I'm getting ready to graduate. Typically the hands are in the pockets when they're saying that, getting ready to graduate and just, hoping that there's a job out there. We all get nostalgic. All as professionals, we all get nostalgic and say, oh, really? Well, so what kind of classes are you taking? We all take a moment and get very interested. And all of that interest stops when you graduate. When you graduate, you become far less interesting. You're the same as every other job seeker out there. And that's not necessarily favorable to you from a competitive side. That adds competition. Take advantage of your student status. So, make sure that you are leveraging those organizations that you can be affiliated with and that you can be present in where other hiring managers in the accounting field and the finance field are present. So take advantage of that.
Great. Well, great tips, Eric. I really appreciate your time.
Right on. Thanks. Take care, everybody. Good luck.